Good morning, George McGovern. I want to continue with some of our teaching about how the Commons is going to look. Before I do that, I want to say thank you. So many of you did a really good job yesterday, and you nailed the two things that I wanted you to work on. And the two things that I wanted you to work on was A, we're going to be into the Commons and we're going to be seated, not standing next to our table, not walking around, not talking to our friend. We're going to be seated by the time the second bell rings. And I would say about 96% of you nailed that. The other 4%, we give you a little time to think about it in C100 through our lunch thinking, I'm going to call it, instead of lunch detention. And I'm confident you'll get it nailed. The other thing I thought you did fairly well on was our refocus signal, where when we raise our hand and say refocus, you become silent. Again, not quiet, but silent. You look at whoever is speaking and you put your hand up until the person that called for refocus puts your hand down. So really good job with that. We're going to practice that again today. I'm going to have your pro time teacher practice it with you. I'm going to have whoever has you before you go to lunch just remind you what the refocus signal looks like, and then be ready to do it. I would just add with the refocus signal, when they tell you to put your hand down, you still stay silent. You don't start talking right away. You stay silent until they're done with all their announcements and everything they have to say. And then whoever asked you to refocus will then say something like, okay, you can begin to talk now, or you can do that. But overall, guys, really good job. I'm feeling confident. We're getting on the right track. What I loved most about yesterday in 6th grade and 7th grade is I saw a lot more talking at the tables instead of running around and just yelling and being kind of crazy like that. So really appreciate it. I'm going to add two things today that I want you to be mindful of that are going to help us as we put together our total package for our Commons procedures, which, by the way, Monday, I'll let you guys kind of let you know the whole package. And this is more towards the dismissal time. All right, during the dismissal time, often they bring the trash cans along here for you to empty your trays. Here's how it's going to work when they roll those trash cans through. They're going to put that trash can in between two tables. Once that trash can is in between two tables, they will tell those two tables they can get up and dump their trays. So just those two tables will get up, dump their trays in that trash can that's between them. They'll go right back to their table, sit down. They'll put all their trays in one pile. Once their trays are in one pile, one person from that table, one person will get up, take those trays over to the counter, come right back to the table, and then one person will get up and get a rag to wipe down the table, and that same person can grab a broom if you need a broom for under the table. So that's how it's going to work when we're doing dismissal at the end. And then the other thing I want to emphasize, you guys did really good with this, again, except for like 4 or 5 out of like 400 kids. Most of you did really good with this, but when we come into the Commons, we remain seated unless we have permission to get up. Permission to get up would be like your table dismissed to go to the line. Permission would be if your table is dismissed to go back to class. Permission would also be if you raised your hand, a supervisor comes over to you and you wanted to go get a fork or a milk or something like that. Here's another key with that. If you need the attention, raise your hand. If the supervisor isn't seeing you, please don't get up and go tap them on the shoulder. They will eventually see you, all right? And as soon as they see you, they will call on you. At that point, one at a time can get up and go where they need to go. But again, we're not up, we're not walking around, we're not going to different tables unless we have permission. So let's really work hard on that today. You guys are doing a great job, and I'm gonna leave you to practice the refocus signal, and I'm gonna leave you with another would you rather question, okay? So I'm gonna pose this would you rather question. When your teacher shuts the video off, they're gonna have you answer it with each other, and they may cut you off in the middle of it with refocus. When they do that, even if you're not done answering it, you would put your hand up, you'd become silent, you would look at them, and that would be how we do our refocus signal. So here's the would you rather. I got another cell phone one. Would you rather have a cell phone without a camera, or would you rather have a cell phone that you can only charge once a week? It runs off the same battery as it does now, but you can only charge it once a week. Would you rather have a cell phone without a camera, or only be able to charge your cell phone once a week? Go ahead and discuss that question. I look forward to seeing you guys at lunch. If you guys keep up the great work you're doing, we're gonna have this thing nailed by like the end of today. And next week when we start our brand new procedures, and you know all of them, it's gonna be great for the teachers, it's gonna be great for you, and it's gonna look really good in this room. So thank you for your hard work.